Hey everybody, I'm back again. I'm going to cover a couple topics here. First thing I'm going to catch up on is the public hearing for the budget, the annual budget that the county had last week. Now, last Tuesday, I went to a monthly county legislature meeting, and man, you could have shot off a cannon in there and not hit anybody. That's the sad part. It was myself, a couple people from the sheriff's office, two people there on a private matter that they wanted addressed by the county, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Kind of sad, actually, to see such little in the way of people showing up. Back to the public hearing, though. Packed house, which would have made me happy if it wasn't for a bunch of idiots showing up to support the shelter, which I think is a great idea. I really do. I think the shelter at Janesville is a phenomenal idea. It has been proven to reduce recidivism, yada, yada, yada. Okay, great idea. Let's find a way to make it happen and happen right so it doesn't just shit the bed on everybody. My thoughts on the hearing. I got notes here that I'm looking at. See, notes on the phone. Gotta love it. Anyway, chairman, after the meeting started 20 minutes late, shows up 20 minutes after that. Wow, I guess he's really, he must be important if he doesn't have to be there with everybody else. But it is what it is. You know, I'm sure people have schedules. Okay, and I'll give him a little bit on this one because, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that of the 3 meetings I've been to, all 3 of them started a minimum of 17 minutes late. Yeah, sorry, I'm OCD about time. I like my timing to start when it says it's going to start. What can I say? Unfortunately, there was a $1.8 million settlement for an inmate. I won't go down that road right now. Mr. Moffitt from Pitbulls and Parolees showed up and spoke, which I thought was great because, you know, it is somebody who is nationally known, thanks to the show, who had a positive experience with a program similar to this, and was willing to share that positive experience with us so that we can make an informed decision as to how it affects people. Awesome. I'm happy with that. One thought, I appreciated the SU shirt. However, this is Onondaga County, and we're more than just a top-ranked party school in the nation. A lot more. Seems like a lot of the people we're up there with these rescue groups saying it's all about the dogs. It's not. They're a big part of it, yes, and don't get me wrong, I love my dogs. They're part of my family. But this is about reducing recidivism. It's about setting up a program to enable people who find themselves in the county jail to get those skills they need, to get the people skills, not the people skills, the skills of being a good human being that they may not have had or may not realize they have. And there was a gentleman who spoke who claims I shouldn't say claims, I'm sure he does, owns Dog Days Bakery. Said they're going to do food testing for this to supply the food. Are we going to start doing drug testing on inmates too? Because, I mean, that's what it sounds like. Sounds like drug testing. Sounds like you're going to test some experimental meds on the inmates next. Which, you know what? If people want to make that work for life, you know, if somebody's in prison for life because they did something really bad and they want to volunteer for that and maybe get a little creature comfort out of it, rock on. That's up to them. I'm not saying reduce their sentence. If they want to get a better mattress, so they're going to do a drug trial, okay, cool. I'm rocking on with that. Beyond that, no. Anyway, what really pissed me off, I guess, was, other than Mr. Moffitt, people coming from outside the county to tell our legislature how they should spend my money as a taxpayer. If you want to come and give input as to how a program should be run, that's one thing. Don't come into my county and tell my legislators how to spend my tax dollars. That I have an issue with. And by the way, this is the budget for Onondaga County, not the city of Syracuse. Educate yourselves. And the sad part is, after everybody had gone through and made their comments, I went for a second round because we all know how I am. What got me was I asked a question. I started with a question. I said, I have my packet of papers, which is upstairs in the file. I held it up. It was the Ways and Means Committee's findings and adjustments, recommendations, and all that. I held it up. I said, before you walked in tonight, how many of you have actually looked at this? You know what? One person raised their hand. One person. That's pretty sad. Really damn sad. You know what that tells me? It tells me all you silly little fuckers are coming out there to get your 15 minutes of fame on the camera. You're riding a media bandwagon. If you really want to be a part of your local government, educate yourselves. Read what's out there. I found it. Syracuse.com published a link to it. It's not that damn hard to find. Don't be stupid. Learn what goes on. Make an educated comment. Educate yourselves as to who these people are and what they do. Know who your legislator is. Seriously, know who your legislator. I mean, I know who mine is. You know what it took me? About 5 minutes on the county website. I got it confirmed the other day when I was down there, but 5 minutes on the county website is all it really takes. If you can't take that 5 minutes, I ain't much I can say. I would have had this video up sooner, and here's the next part of this, but Saturday I did the 5K Run to the Dead obstacle challenge, and let me tell you, it was my first mutter, my first 5K, my first run in general, and I had a freaking blast. See, got my wristband. And it was for a good cause. It supported our wilderness search and rescue team, which if you get lost in the woods, they're the ones that come out and find you. It was an absolute blast, and if you're looking for something to do that's different, that involves some running, some climbing, some crawling, getting dirty, having fun with a good bunch of people, check one of these out. Look for, if you don't want to race, look for one that says challenge instead of race, because a challenge generally isn't timed. That's why I did that one, because I said, hey, it's not timed. I don't have to worry about how fast I'm going to go. But I had an absolute blast, and I'm already looking forward to my next one, which I haven't discovered what it's going to be yet because I'm still searching. But we're in central New York. There may not be any more till next year. So that being said, I've had a blast. I hope everybody tries it out. Now, the budget meeting, where they approved the budget, was yesterday. So I'm doing my follow-up here from the public hearing. Budget meeting was yesterday, and it was interesting because the big thing is Amphitheater. They got the final environmental impact study in Friday. There's a lot of votes to not accept it and hold off for about a month so people could look over it, but it got ran through. I still think there's a lot of questions that haven't been answered in regard to this, but just like the shelter, if you're going to run it through, shove it right to people, we're going to end up footing the bill. That's all there is to it. We, the taxpayers, are going to end up footing the bill for every damn thing. Yeah, we got rid of Van Dyne, so we don't have a $9 million shortfall this year like we could have, but realistically, it's not getting any better. This is why it comes down to people like me and people like you. People like me and people like you. To educate ourselves as to what goes on with local government. Get involved. Go to the meeting. Yeah, they're Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock. I know, not the most convenient time. If, though, you can find a way to be there, be there. If you can find a way to educate yourselves as to what's going on, what's coming up, be there. Let your voice be heard. There's a public comment section in the beginning. Remember, we elected these people to represent us, but it's up to us, the people, to ensure that we are properly represented. And that's my opinion.